Jamie and anyone else who uses lists and goals and schedules to get the day going or to recall what you need to do, you're in the right place. I want to share with you how I manage my mom life, work, my fitness, because I love a list. I love a to-do list. I love a brain dump, and I'm going to show you what that entails. But we are having a snack. Look at my skill. Look how good I am at cutting a cucumber. So the reason I cut it so thin is because I was never a salad girl. I'm still not. But even more so, cucumber and tomato. When I started eating better, then I had to cut everything super thin. Even tomato, I cut it this thin. But it's the idea that I'm trying to be healthy. Anyway, so a few years ago, like many years ago, I was listening to Joyce Meyer and I love her so much. And she was just speaking about doing the mundane, finding joy in the mundane. She's like, we can't live for the weekend. We can't live for the holiday. We have to live in the now, right? Totally agree. And she's like, you also have to find joy in the everyday. She's like, finding joy in doing the washing, making the lunch, making snacks, being part of the everyday, because everyday makes up your entire life. It makes up your kids' childhood. The everyday essentially is what they're going to recall. They're going to love the holidays and they love the weekends away. But what they're going to recall more than anything is dinners at night, how my mom woke me up in the morning. I mean, at least that's what I remember. So Joyce Meyer says, okay, cool. What you need to do is you need to make a list of the things you find mundane and find joy in it, So short story long, she speaks about how when you're doing the washing, you get to do the washing. When you see dirty clothes, remind yourself that, what, my kids played today. They enjoyed what they were doing. And when you're making dinner, remind yourself that it's a privilege to make dinner because many people out there don't have the option of what they want to eat. They're just making do with what they have. You have an option to nourish your family. And I think you get what I mean. So I started with, what do I find mundane? And I want to show you something so you can see that I have receipts. I love notebooks. And I think when I started, I think this is my first one. So I also read a book. I love reading. And I read this book about how to be a godly wife. And when I read it, she was just speaking about how to expect, or how to rather have your feelings without them controlling you. So how can I be joyful? How can I be in a good mood? How can I, all of that. So I read through it and I started making notes. I just want to show you, my sister got me this book in 2022. So finding joy in the mundane, I wrote this August 2023. Find joy in the daily tasks, like getting the girls ready for the day, getting myself ready, making meals, prepping lunch, bath time, gym, doing washing, cleaning up, running errands. So that's the mundane things. What I need to focus on is what I have versus what I do not have. So I wish I had more time. I wish I had more. No, I do have enough time. I have enough time to complete this task. I have enough time to do the washing. Then spend every moment, and be present. Like family time is bath time, getting ready for the day, car drives, homework, cooking, playing. Be present, because those moments are my child's like livelihood. Their childhood, not livelihood, childhood. So driving in the car, am I playing their favorite songs? Are we singing? Or are they sitting in the back seat and I'm just chilling in front and I'm just trying to get from point A to point B? Even bath time, it used to be such a rush, because what caused the frustration for me is that I was rushing. I was rushing from waking up, getting to school, from school, get home, and just one task after the other. I'm like, you have to bath, you have to get this, you have to do your homework. And I'm like, am I living my life? Am I literally living my life? Am I doing life with my kids, or am I just getting through it? And I feel like I was getting through it. And I was like, this cannot be it. It cannot be it. I cannot just be waiting for moments. And then when I went to bed, I was feeling frustrated and I had mom guilt because then I had flashbacks. I'm like, my little human said this to me today, and I brushed it off, or I was busy working and I didn't even look at it in the eyes. That's a big one for me. How often I look at them in the eyes, because I'm not on my phone. I'm busy multitasking. I'm here and I'm like here. And I was like, not on. It's not on. Then I read this one book, and I'm going to see. And it kind of changed my perspective. And it's like, what kind of a mom or home do I want to have for the kids, And this was 2025. I've been working on myself, guys. I think we're all working on ourselves every day. Let me see. So family goals. Yeah. So homemakers, that's what she calls us. Like when you want to be a homemaker. And I want to be a homemaker. It's wake up before my family to prepare spiritually and physically. This I would have laughed a couple of years ago. So I transferred this in 2025, but I wrote it in 2023. So when I sometimes have a new journal, I write my stuff over. It just keeps it fresh for me. Because sometimes I haven't clocked it yet, or I just want to remind myself. So it says, I will work diligently to set my family off in a good mood. Big deal. So in the morning, even if they're doing something that frustrates me, I try my level best not to yell, not to get crazy, just to send them off to school in a good mood, because I remember chaos. So definitely working on that. And then always pour on into my husband and ask him what he needs. A neat home organized. I respond positively. I make time for conversations. I greet my family member personally when they come in. I'm predictably happy. That's what I was speaking about, the joy thing. And I prepare family with my breakfast and I eat with them. So waking up before my family, like you couldn't ask me a few years ago that's possible, but now I do, because I find I have more time to do stuff myself. And once I'm done, and then I get them ready. Anyway, so this was the one part. I hope you're staying with me with the goal setting. And anyway, so I go through this phase and I'm like, you know what? I want to be a homemaker. And then I even look at a healthy family. What kind of a family do I want? Which is also some of the stuff I write down. So what happened was, and I'll answer the questions about the mundane and what I find mundane. And then I make a schedule, and I love a schedule. So I'm going to show you what that schedule looks like, because a schedule helps me to fulfill my goals. So when I have a schedule, I mean, literally, I have one on my phone. I'm going to show you. It's crazy. I have one on my phone where it sets the time for my day. When I moved, I think I had a mental breakdown, like literally. Not like I did. I really, really did. I think both my parents came because my parents were divorced. Like all four of them ended up here in different times. And I even think my other parents, my mom's parents, I mean, my husband's parents, my mom's parents, because moving was so crazy, because we lived walking distance from the school, close to where I still work. And when I moved, it was traffic. I'm not used to it. It sounds silly, but leaving the house, trying to get a schedule, trying to get the nannies, I thought it was simple. I'm like, it's just moving. It's just a different area. It's not that deep. It was deep. And also moving to a space where we were still busy with the deal, and my husband wasn't here because he was traveling, and I had to deal with so many things emotionally. I KO'd. But look, I was a schedule person before. Like, I love a schedule. What I found was I might maybe waste time, or I don't do things sufficiently or efficiently. And I was like, you know what, a schedule's not a bad idea, and it works for me and it works for my family. So my husband's like, hey, you can put a calendar on your phone, and you can see everything's purple. So I have a personal calendar. And from 8 o'clock all the way to wind down, which is 9:30, everything what I do, from getting up, taking the kids to school, then I have settle in time, which is when I come back. Then I have my workday flow, which is from 8:30 to 12, which is when I'm doing hardcore stuff, not emails or admin. It's just hardcore thinking stuff. And then I have my break, and then it's a school pickup. And then I have the afternoon rhythm, which is now replying to emails and admin. And I get reminders on my calendar. And then I have evening walk, and then dinner and wind down. So wind down is when the kids are now packing their school bags. They're getting done for the evening. They're relaxing. And then there's bath time, night reset. It's just where we're coming down from the day as well, relaxing, having a cup of tea. Anyway, so that's the one I have. And then I have an actual board where I have a list of our times that the kids have to be at certain practices or school, whatever, myself, and then just things of what you want to do. So I made a holiday. It's called a family plan. And then I made it looks like a family map. So it starts with things that never really change. And it starts with weekly stuff we need to do. So maybe clean the closet, pack toys, pack sock drawer, small stuff. And then we get stops, heavier things like packing the kitchen cupboard or buying a lawnmower, and then there's also things that we're grateful for. The last time we wrote on the board was holiday. And then there's just reminders of our family little values, like there's enough time to do everything. And what else? Oh, and then how we connect. So we take walks in the summer. In the evening, we try to watch like a cute series that the kids like, or just one episode of something that they enjoy watching. So things like that just keep us grounded. And the reason I like goals, and the reason I enjoy really just having these to-do lists and stuff, is because it keeps me connected. It helps me to be efficient, and it helps my brain. So many times I have a lot of stuff that I need to do, and then I'm like, I can't get to anything. What's going on? And I'm overstimulated. And I realized for me, the overstimulation came from the lack of planning. And the other thing that has helped me a lot is my brain dump. So I have a brain dump on my phone, and this really changed my life. So a brain dump, I pin it on my notes, and it's things like book checking, clicks, discovery, update board, return plant and replace a banana plant. I mean, there's a small chores I have to do. Look, I have all these things, and this helps me a lot because many times if I'm driving, I'm like, oh, I need to go and renew my license. I write it down. So what happens is I feel like it goes out of my body and into my phone. And when I'm scrolling and I go through my brain, I'm like, oh, I have time now. Like today at work, I had to book an appointment for my little human. And when I went through my brain dump, I try to go in the morning and in the evening. Then I'm like, what can I action while I'm sitting down? When I'm waiting for them at school, I go through my brain dump. I'm like, okay, what can I action now while I'm sitting here? And it helps me so much because things are not being carried over. And then I also have a wish list. I should actually make this a wish list episode. And there's a wish list of all the things that we want for the home. And I think I actually have an old wish list here that I marked to show you. This is from the old house. Yeah, literally goals, which is the kitchen, the garage, the bedroom. In our previous home, we actually redid the kitchen. We found a way to do it. So we had brown cupboards, which was quite like cherry brown. And then instead of redoing the cupboards, we basically got someone to come in and take them off and spray it, which was quite a vibe and good for money because we didn't have to replace all the cupboards. And yeah, so just to like go back, basically I have our goals for the week. Definitely three things: so the spiritual goals, the personal goal, and just a family goal. And that keeps us definitely grounded. And then I have my schedule, which is what are we doing for the week, and that is just what we write on the board. So things we need to note. I also have the timetables printed out, and I have it in all areas of the home. And oh, my husband's calling. Hey, my love. My little human is a little bit sick, so I just check a 60s and stuff. But yeah, so I can get more time with the family, with myself, and how to keep sane. Gotta keep sane. Gotta keep sane. Anyway, I am going to go have my snack.